What's good, everybody? Welcome back to a very special episode of the East of Stretford podcast. What's up, Vishnu?
You see my smile, dude? You see my smile?
It's big. Manchester is red, baby.
Manchester is red. I'm doing good, dude. How have you been?
Good, man. Dude, that game made my weekend. Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. But before we get into that, it's a special episode for another reason. Because Mr. fucking Karthik decided that he would rather get fucked up than be on the podcast. So he recorded this little video for us. We're gonna put it here. Vishnu, cue the edit.
Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome to the East of Stretford podcast. I am recording this prior to Vishnu and Arman because I'm about to get shit-faced tonight, and I really doubt I'm gonna be in a state to fucking record this later. So yeah, so here it is. Anyways, guys, so yeah, so however you guys want to do this, you guys can intercut or I don't know, don't use me at all. I don't know. I'm just doing this because I feel like there's a lot I want to talk about the game, so I'm just gonna put my points out there, and yeah, you guys decide if you want to use it or not. Right. So all right. So Manchester is fucking red, baby. Once again, we have beaten United. We have beaten City for the third time this season. Which means we have beaten Pep 3 times, and which means the only manager to previously do that was Fergie himself, and now we have Ole who's done that. So fuck all you Ole haters out there. That's a really hard word to say. Fuck all you Ole haters, but whatever. Fuck you guys. Because clearly Ole is making a change, and it is absolutely evident the change that he's making. We have, I think, maybe I am making an assumption here, but I do feel like we're one of, right now, our midfield, considering the kind of midfield we had about 6 months ago, this is just one of the most incredible improvements that we've seen. We have depth in our midfield, we have quality in our midfield, and this is what we've been crying about for ages, and we saw what that, the kind of effect it has had since Bruno has come in. So yes, I am. To talk more about the game, City was absolutely fucking clueless about what was happening. They tried to play their football. They did dominate a lot of the second half, but let's face it, we had them contained. We knew exactly what they were gonna do. Our back four was fantastic. De Gea was fantastic. Yes, midfield, right from Fred, for me, was honestly the best player of the game, but that's totally up to you guys, to decide. Bruno, as always, brilliant. What a pass, what a play. Ederson was absolute shit. He should have saved that. But hey, I felt like the better Manchester team obviously won, and it felt like order has been restored. But anyway, let's not, again, our biggest issue has always been consistency, but we're starting to see that, and the real question right now is, have we actually turned a corner? So yeah, we just have to wait and find out about that. But again, I think it's not just the top. I don't think it's only the 4th position now up for grabs. I think even Leicester did just win 4-0 against Aston Villa, but again, we're only 5 points behind Leicester. So I don't think that should be, I feel like even 3rd place is up for grabs. So yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on something. Yeah, guys, just cut in between because I'm just gonna put it all out there. You guys see what you guys want to use. But yeah. Right, midfield depth. I think I spoke about this already, but I'm gonna get more into it. As in, you can see like the biggest thing we struggled with was having some level of quality in our midfield. I feel like that problem has almost been solved. I mean, one more transfer window, I feel like we could literally have one of the best midfields in the league, as long as we make the right buys. Right now, Bruno's controlling that midfield. We just need some more support for him. Scotty was fantastic, Fred was fantastic, but even getting in someone like Grealish or even if Pogba decides to stay, I think most of you already saw Pogba's story the moment we won, where he was like, Manchester is red, or I don't know, Reds keep marching on, or something like that. So this dude wants to get back, clearly has suddenly woken up from the fucking dead, and it suddenly he cares about United. So I'm not sure how to feel about that. But I know for sure Ollie's not gonna take his shit or Mina's shit anymore. I think it's gonna be Ollie's way or the highway. So yeah, and I love that. So yeah, so I guess that's it. What else? Right. Areas to improve. All right. One thing I really think we can improve on is our build-up play. I think that has been our biggest issue. I think we defend pretty well without the ball, but we need to start defending well with the ball. I think even Ollie said this in his post-match conference as well, and I completely agree because I feel like after we score, there's a lot of just City was on the ball quite a bit, and we saw this with Everton as well. Our build up play from the back was a little shaky. We are still losing balls in like important areas in the midfield, which we clearly need to stop doing. Yeah, and what else? And yes, the decision making in the final third was absolute shit. This could have easily been a 3-0 game or a 4-0 game, considering the first. I don't know what the fuck is up with Daniel James. The kid needs to just fucking pick his head up and look up at passes. I just feel even the way he if he still needs to stay in this team, and considering the kind of improvements we're making in the team, he needs to really pick his socks up because I think he's still riding on the fact that he started the season great. Oh, he's this child prodigy. No, he needs to really pick up his game because you even see when he's dribbling. I don't know why he just keeps running into traffic. The whole point of dribbling is to go away from traffic, but whatever. He just keeps running into players. It's messy. He doesn't have any sense of control. His understanding of the game also seems a little immature at the point, but not being harsh or anything, but I really think that he can significantly improve his game. We could have easily had 2 more goals that game if it wasn't if he had just found the right pass. Even Martial missed a pass to Bruno. Bruno was getting in fantastic positions. I could see Bruno scoring at least 2 goals in the City game, but clearly he just didn't get the ball. But yeah, I mean, so I think those are my only areas where I felt like we could have really, really improved. Yeah, I don't know. I think I rambled on really fast, but I need to start, getting trashed. So yeah, so I just put everything out there. I don't know if I missed out on something. I think I've covered whatever I wanted to cover. But yeah, guys, so it's been a fantastic week for us overall. The consistency is starting to show. Have we turned a corner or not? We'll just have to wait and see, but I feel like we definitely are. There's this beautiful bromance that's brewing between Martial and Bruno, and I fucking love that. It's fantastic how Bruno's bringing this team together, just one person making this huge change. Yeah, guys, but most importantly, Manchester is fucking red. All right, so I think that's it from me. I think that's like about 8 or 9 minutes of just me talking. Vishnu or Man, whatever, you guys can cut between this or like just give me a little segment, probably either in between or at the end or at the beginning, or just don't use me at all. But yeah, I'm really sorry I couldn't make it today as well, guys, because I know that I'm not going to be in a state to record. So I don't want to promise and then not show up again. So, but yeah, that's all from me. Oh, also prediction for our next game. I think that's against Lask. I think the Europa League. I think we're gonna, considering our current form, I think we are definitely going to take this game. I think either by a 2-0 margin, 3-0 margin. I see that happening. And yeah, that's it, guys. So fuck yeah, Manchester is red, and I hope it continues to be red. I hope this is the dawn of a new era for Manchester United. But yeah, and also I promise, guys, from next time onwards, I will definitely be there. I promise. All right. See you guys.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you liked that little tidbit by Karthik. He's slowly like just leaving this channel little by little. But anyways, that's not the important point of this video, of this podcast. The thing is, we beat Man City 2-0. 3 times in one season, Ollie has fucked Pep Guardiola. Vishnu, thoughts off the bat?
Fantastic win, dude. I know that for a fact that all of us were texting as the match was going on. It was like perfectly in sync. I was so happy, and we deserve this win. Especially the fact that during crunch situations like this, when we are in a position to maybe drop some points or keep up with the race for the fourth spot, I think we did a brilliant job today. Ollie made Pep his bitch again. So happy to see that he's improving day by day as a manager. We can tell that clearly. He stepping it up a notch, and now it's 10 games unbeaten, baby.
Dude, it's insane, man. Like he has rapidly improved, and my big thing is the way he hosts. I mean, does these post-match press conferences is so
Yeah,
much more in a assured way now. He used to say some like pretty stupid shit, but now he's got like an air of confidence. He believes in this team, and he has instilled a culture in Man United, which is bringing us back to no player is bigger than the club. You have
yeah,
to work your ass off, and you should be grateful to be on the field and represent this badge. And you felt that at the Derby. It felt like City really didn't give a shit. Like they were just playing, they
yeah,
had all the possession. Possession doesn't matter. They had way less shots than us.
yeah,
And there wasn't like a fight from them. Like there wasn't I didn't feel it, but from United, I felt
yeah,
like from kickoff, even though we made so many mistakes in the first 15 minutes, we were all over the place. But we
yeah,
still like were at it. We were pressing up high and we pressed for a long time before we started to drop off a little bit. And he has changed the culture of this team. And yes, we don't play one way, and we play counterattacking, and we dominate the games against lower teams. But we're able to do it in different ways. Sir Alex, you could not say like Sir Alex did what Jurgen Klopp does and is on the front foot all the time, or what Pep Guardiola does, which you could say is a fault on them because they can't adapt as much. So obviously, I'm not comparing Ollie to their way greater managers. But what I'm saying is, not having one way of playing is not the worst thing.
yeah.
And I just thought everybody put on such a good performance. I couldn't name one person that did badly in that game.
Daniel James.
Dude. But
No.
okay, Daniel James, but he made some like silly mistakes, like not
Yeah,
cutting that ball into Bruno. And there
yeah,
was one at the start he could have passed to Martial, but
yeah,
he was an escape route. Like he's just so fucking fast,
yeah,
and he gets us out of so much pressure in our half. He just needs to improve his decision making, man.
yeah. Yeah,
But
dude.
yeah,
Yeah, go on.
so yeah, I was gonna say like overall I think the team did very very well. The passion is like so evident. You saw it in McTominay's goal, but we'll get into that a bit. What were you about to say?
Just sort of adding to what you've talked about, Ole, as well. We used a similar sort of formation that we did, actually almost a similar team that we used against Chelsea, and
Mm,
that planned out, right? So he's kind of using the same formula to play against the big teams, and we can, Man United has always been a attacking team since the
yeah,
Ferguson era, and like I feel like, especially this game that I watched, I feel like I saw a lot of Ferguson in Ollie, by just the way he was like. The defense was strong. He did make a couple of substitutions, which made it sound a bit towards the end, around the 78th minute when he made the double swap. But it worked out in the end as well. They did a great
yeah,
job. So yeah, it just goes to the extent to see how much Ole has grown. Ole has grown as a manager. He's taken errors that he's made in the past and converted them into successes now. Man, it was brilliant play. Like even the whole setup that he gives this kind of freedom to the players to make their own decisions and kind of form their own chemistry between each other. I don't think that works in City as well because like Pep does have the majority of the say, and it's good to see because like now the players are having this sort of leadership roles amongst themselves, which is fabulous. This is what a football team should be, especially when you're trying to compete with the likes of Liverpool and Man City. Yeah, it's amazing, dude. This is the first double that we've done over Man City since Alex Ferguson, over 11 years.
yeah.
Super. that. Very nice statistic to have. I love it, dude. I absolutely love it. This guy's killing it, and yeah, hopefully, yeah, we gave him a bit of stick earlier. If he is, if he is trying to actually learn from his mistakes and stuff, but I think this game kind of proved that we're no pushovers. We're not gonna struggle against the big teams at all, as we've seen all season. And yeah, it's amazing, dude. This guy's been a game changer.
Yeah, dude, and I think this is a fixture now. Like
Yeah.
before, I was still scared before this game, obviously, but like before, I used to be like, dude, this game is over. Like they're gonna fucking crush us.
Yeah.
And even with the team they have, they still have the ability to crush us. But
Yeah.
like you said, everybody like takes so much responsibility, that they have to perform well. Like, dude, you see Luke Shaw like in the post-game press conference, all he said that he could be the best left back in England. And I
Yeah.
think, that's a step too far because
Yeah.
Robertson and, all this kind of stuff. But, everyone's improving. Fred is a king and
Isn't
he's,
Robertson English?
huh?
Robertson's not English, is he?
No, I mean like in the Premier League
All
by
right.
that.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
he's not English. Yeah, he's Scottish or Welsh. But where was I on that? Fred, he was
Yeah.
incredible. Matic was incredible.
Yeah.
Scott McTominay when he came in. Bruno had a quieter game, but he had that. Like, we can go on to that point right now.
Yeah.
Actually, Martial's goal. That little dink that wasn't there before. Like that, I didn't expect it, and it just was not there before
Yeah.
Bruno comes. And even though he didn't have a huge game, just that kind of thing, like, just can change games for us. Vishnu, go on about that.
Dude, it's so beautiful to see because um I saw a lot of the replays. I didn't know if it was planned, if it was just organized to the nth minute, but you could see the connection between these two. And Ollie said this as well in the post conference, saying that these guys are just spending a lot of time together. Bruno and Martial, they've just been eating together, they've been playing together, they've been like doing a lot of things, which shows that there's a real bond there. This is Bruno's first assist as well to Martial, first of many surely, and it's so cool because at that moment he just knew that Martial would make that run, and even barring the offside trap that Liverpool had placed, and he knew exactly precisely how to do it, and he executed that perfectly. And yeah, Martial didn't have the best of connections with that goal, but yeah, it's good to see that this creativity still exists after the disappearance of Paul Pogba. It's nice to see that like Bruno's like stepping it up and finding people. Man, he'll assist you. He will find you from anywhere.
Dude, like that finish, I don't give a fuck if it wasn't a sweet connection. Like it hit his shin, okay, that's
Yeah.
still tough as hell, dude. The ball coming over your
So
head
good.
and hitting the ball and timing it all perfectly and like having it be accurate. I think Ederson was just so caught off guard. Yeah, he made a mistake, but he was just so caught off guard because, dude, you can't expect that. That's fucking like
Yeah.
insane. That's an insane finish. So yeah, like you said, it's so good to see that creativity and out of nothing he can make
Mm.
something big happen. And I think it's great for Martial too. This should be a good, confidence booster for him because now it's like 4 goals in 5 games. I'm not exactly
Yeah.
sure on that stat,
Last
but
three last three matches he scored in the Premier League.
last week exactly.
Yeah.
So it's very good confidence booster for him. I feel like Igalo coming in has given him that little bit of a boost because Igalo's doing much better than I thought. I think I got to eat my words a little bit
Yeah.
because that hold up play at the end. I know we're gonna get into it,
Dude,
dude.
his first touch of the ball.
Dude,
It was
in your
past.
first city derby, and he was so cool. Everything was so chill. Like he was not stressed at all, dude. That was incredible. Um, but let's move on to the two talking points of the game. This referee Mike Dean was pretty shit, I feel, in a lot of ways. And the first one is on Martial's goal. Was that a free kick on Bruno?
I don't think there was enough contact in there to be a free kick. But and Mike was placed right behind him as well. So from his angle, from his perspective, it did look like a little bit of a clip. But Bruno made the most of that. got out of the way, dived spectacularly. Yeah, but these things always happen, dude, like in football. So there was contact surely, but I don't think there was enough for Bruno to fall there. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't think that was a foul. Like you
Yeah.
saw him, like he just like it was like his dive was late too. Like it was a
Yeah.
late reaction. So I don't personally think it was a foul. But again, like you said, like you still gotta
Yeah.
make something of it. But if I
Yeah.
was a City fan, I would be, pretty pissed off about that. And the second big, I think this was fucking stupid. The second big decision was Fred dribbling in the box, doing some fucking insane shit that I've never seen him do. He gets past Otamendi, I think it was,
Mhm.
and he gets booked for a yellow card for diving.
Yeah.
And the VAR reviewed it. Vishnu, what was your thought on that?
We've been pretty fortunate with VAR over the last few games. So I think it kind of hurts that it didn't work out this game as well for us. Because you see, these, like Ollie said this as well, like these things can always come back and bite you, you know? Like these, if that was a penalty and we had scored that as well, we would have had a bigger advantage. And like,
Yeah.
in the last 10 minutes, City had that sort of urgency. And any one shot, anything that would have deflected and gone in would have like really kicked us in the shins because that would have hurt. Again, I don't feel like, at the first, when I first saw it, it didn't look like a dive at all. It looked like a foul. But then when they showed it from the top commentator's angle, it looked like a dive. But then we saw it from the other angle, goal side angle, and then he's definitely clipped him. So for me, that's a sure penalty. And I kind of questioned this as well, why VAR didn't change this decision.
Decision.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, but it's okay. At the end of the day, we got a result. Fred is a fucking monster as well. He's been ridiculous. He's been playing amazing. He's been really, really bossing the midfield now and doing his defensive duties at the same time. I think I read a statistic that Man United ran about, on average, 3 kilometers more than Man City did in the game, and Fred did most of those running as well. And Fred was significantly outran like the rest of the Man United squad. I'm not sure exactly how much, but he definitely did, and it was quite visible as well.
And he plays every game and he's just such a tank and he puts all his effort in.
Yeah,
Dude, like I love Fred so much. Like
yeah,
and suddenly we have a midfield. Like
yeah,
suddenly we have actually a fucking deep midfield when you think Matic is back. We thought Matic was gone.
yeah,
McTominay was out. We didn't have Bruno. We had Fred who wasn't performing his best at the start
yeah.
and at the end of last season. And now we have now when you look at it, it's like, whoa, Fred, fuck yeah. I'd love to have him. Scott McTominay, like, hell yeah. When Grealish comes in, which one of them is gonna start? Matic to back that up? Like, dude, and
All well waiting as well.
I really hope Paul Pogba stays, dude. Like,
I honestly do as well. I really hope he does because imagine a Pogba taking those like crazy shots, taking those free kicks in, and Bruno from the other side. It's too crazy. I think we'll have the best midfield in the Premier League if we have these two players on board.
dude, you could even go fucking Europe with that
Yeah,
shit. Like Pogba, Fernandez. Oh, anyways, but like that would be so good. You
yeah,
wouldn't even need Grealish. But yeah, um, I think our midfield has finally transformed, and it's something that we can trust. And now again,
yeah.
defense seems to be settled. Midfield seems to be settled. You bring back in Rashford, you get in a Jadon Sancho and
Mhm.
then a Gallo to back up Martial, and suddenly we have a team that we should expect, competes. So I think it's looking prosperous for us, and I'm very looking forward to next season. And before that, though, right at the end of the game, Scott McSauce had an absolute worldie. Another mistake by Ederson, throws it out, trying to get the ball out quickly to get the ball upfield. Throws it too long. Scott McTominay from just over halfway line. One touch finish. Boom, dude.
Boom.
That was beautiful. What'd you think of it?
Max dude. Max Sauce is on fire. And have you seen the looks of him right now? He is so jacked.
Dude,
It's
he's jacked,
ridiculous.
man.
I don't know. I think like after the injury, he looks even stronger. Like the fact that he couldn't run as much, maybe he built his upper body a lot more. You never know.
Yeah,
But he's a strong lad. He's tall and he's got this power that I haven't quite seen in a while. It's like rejuvenated Scott McTominay on steroids, basically.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
execution was absolutely spot on. He had if you see actually the ball when Fred passed it down straight to Edison, McTominay was behind the halfway mark, and his like presence of mind to run into the midfield and predict that there is going to be a ball passed on the left hand side was really good to watch. He stormed the front, and he knew exactly what he had to do. Edison was caught napping. He thought that was it. He didn't think any of it because even after he threw the ball, he didn't really rush back to the goal.
Right.
Yeah, perfect. 40-yard mark, 40 meters, I think, and it was dude the ecstasy you could see on his face at the end of it as well. And like I was
Dude,
so
the whole
euphoric, dude.
team.
Yeah, we just burst like, and this is like amazing because it's a Stretford end finish as well. And the last one
Yeah.
we're seeing is of Michael Owen, that dramatic three finish at Old Trafford, uh,
Yes, dude.
Ferguson. So yeah, the Stretford end finish, perfect. That was like it was the icing on top of the cake. It was beautiful, dude. It's Oh man, I was so excited. I was so euphoric. Like so glad that we thrashed Man City as well. Like despite everything else, and like yeah, I think we have the X factor, man, to compete for the even for the title next season.
Dude, few more pieces and you never know. I honestly agree with that. And dude, when the camera went to Martial and Bruno Fernandez,
Ah,
oh dude, I was so happy, dude. Martial was like, yeah, dude.
dude.
See him
Both
so
of them.
fucking happy.
Especially, I think it meant a lot to Bruno as well because he was picking up some fights with Pep Guardiola this game, if you've
Yeah,
noticed.
that was fucking awesome.
I think it initially started off with Bruno was going for a
Throw it.
throw. Yeah,
Yeah.
and Pep just like collected the ball, walked up to him about like 10 meters, and then chucked the ball the other way.
Yeah.
It's a tactic that I've also used in the past when I used to play football, just to be an asshole. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it stirred him up. Like I think that pissed him up a little bit more, and he's been playing we've been better than. Yeah, and then they had some exchange of words and stuff. It's fuck it, dude. I don't give a shit. Like he's a good player. He's already created another chance now. I'll take it. Pep can fuck right off.
Pep can really fuck right off, dude. That was cool to see. That was cool to see that fierceness. But yeah, dude, overall, insane game, insane hype through it all. Like that was like one of the most fun games I have had to watch this season. But moving on to our next fixtures, it's tough because we just want to keep talking about the City game, but we're playing Lask in the Europa League, and then we're playing Spurs. Um, Vishnu, what do you think about this last game? Is it the round of 16 right now in the Europa League?
Quarterfinals.
Oh, it's the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So it's a big game against a relatively smaller team. They're top of the Austrian league.
Yeah.
But what do you think we're gonna do? Do you think we're gonna rest some players because we're playing Spurs um, on Sunday? How
Yeah.
do you think
Sorry,
it's
man.
gonna
I
go?
just checked it. It is the round of 16. It's not the quarterfinals yet. My bad.
Round
Yeah.
of 16. So
Yeah.
it's still a huge game because the Europa League is huge for us. Are we gonna do what we did in the last round with Bruges and start a kind of mediocre team? What do you
Yeah, I
think?
think so. I think we're gonna use the same sort of squad that we used for the Bruges game. I think Igalo will start for sure with Greenwood. Martial will be rested, I think, because especially that he got a little knock this game as well. I
Hmm.
don't think they'll risk him for anything for now. Bruno, I think, might get a rest as well because he did play like 88 minutes this game, and we might need him ready for Tottenham. I think that is a good big fixture for us as well. Yeah, I see defensively, I think Bailly will come in. Brandon Williams will start. Lindelof might also get a go. And Maguire will play. I think Maguire has to lead that front. Romero, obviously. I think Matic, Mata, Lingard, and Pereira, one of the two. It'll be a rest for all our players. Considering that we've had a lot of games back to back, 2 games in a week, since we're still in the FA Cup as well. Yeah, we'll definitely get a rest, dude. It'll be. I don't see any issues with us beating Lask as well. Unfortunately, it is behind closed doors because of the outbreak, the latest outbreak on the coronavirus, which is a
Right.
tough thing. I know, like the Serie A has been going through this as well recently. I don't know the solution to it, but it is the fans that do make up the game as well. So you never know. It sucks for Lask, but I think we should get away with a thumping win, dude. 2-0, 3-0, considering the form we are in right now. Ollie, I'm pretty sure at the end of the City game, he just went and said, you know what? The task is not done, being Ollie. You'd be like, this is just a game. You won the Manchester Derby, celebrate for a day, get back to business the next morning. Yeah, last shouldn't be an issue for us. I don't see any surprises.
Dude, I think I kind of disagree with you. I think we need to. I mean, first of all, it's very lucky for us that they have to play the game behind closed doors because it's a disadvantage for them. They're losing their, home advantage through that. It sucks. I mean, obviously the situation
Yeah,
sucks globally, but I think that we have to go with a relatively strong lineup because we're away from home, man. What I would love is to play a Bruno, maybe not to play a Martial, but to play a Bruno and a Mata and a Matic, like you're saying, and get the job done quickly and get Bruno off the field. Because away from home, if we can beat them 2-0 guaranteed, then coming back to Old Trafford, we know we're strong there. We're
mm,
not going to concede 2 goals away from, at home. And we can, rest players there.
yeah,
So that would be my thing because I'm still so fixed on the Europa League, dude. We don't know what's going to happen with Chelsea. Leicester are showing signs of, slowing down. So maybe even that's an opportunity, but there's no guarantee. I
yeah,
think the Europa League could be a great option for us. And if the players are up for it, it would be awesome if we could play them for both games. So I think you're right. I think we're going to win 2-0, but I do think that we're going to potentially even start Chong because he just signed his new contract.
yeah.
Um,
Worried about that as well because I know he is a good talent to have. Ollie sees something in him for sure. So yeah, I think he would get a start as well. Maybe not a start, but he might come in early in the second half and then play a good 30 minutes. It's good
yeah,
for his confidence as well. He is one of the stars. He could well be another Greenwood in the making. Yeah.
yeah, I hope so. But I'm predicting a 2-0 there as well. So hopefully smooth sailing in the Europa League and then moving to fucking Mourinho on Sunday. They have been in a very shit vein of form. They have lost in their last 5 games, they've lost four and drew one. And tonight they're playing Leipzig again, which they probably will lose. By the time you're watching this, that game would have happened.
Yeah.
Um, and their squad is pretty depleted right now. Mourinho has told all the players they suck. Ndombele apparently sucks. Like he says after every game, Vertonghen sucks, who we should approach on a free at the end of the season, I think. But that's a later topic.
Yeah.
Dele Alli can't score a goal to save his life. Bergwijn is the only good. I like watching Bergwijn.
Yeah, I like Bowen too.
He's the only one doing anything. But what do you think here, man? Are we home or away in this game?
We're away. Tottenham, we're away. Yeah, we're
We're
playing away.
away.
To-
So what do you
I
think,
honestly
bro?
don't consider Tottenham as top flight team anymore. Honestly, at least this season, especially after Harry Kane's injury has ruled him out. Son's injury has ruled him out. So like, they've lost their firepower in their team. They have a pretty bad dressing room scene right now. It's not really working out. I don't know how he's gonna pull up his socks, which I honestly don't care either. Because being Jose Mourinho, he can go fuck right off.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude.
yeah, but since we're away and they've had a recent dip in form as well, they've not been doing great. I see us extending the lead, inching towards Chelsea a bit more. Chelsea have a relatively easy round of fixtures till the end, I think. They don't have many tough games ahead of them. So we just need to keep on our tracks and make sure they slip somewhere. Hopefully they do. And then we can pounce on those dipping points. So yeah, I Tottenham shouldn't be an issue. We've got Lask right after that as well. So like I think we'll play a relatively very strong team for Tottenham. That's
Right.
why that's why I was suggesting because I agree with you for your team for Lask as well, but we usually play a top tier team in our at home. So especially even if we're like 1-0 down, 2-0 down, we can make that up at home. So yeah, I think we'll extend our run. I don't think we'll have any issues there. I would be very surprised if we do.
Dude, I think that, if Jose's run continues to be so shit to the end of the year, do you think the possibility that he could lose his job before that, Daniel Levy is just like, dude, I made a mistake. I'm so sorry.
Mm.
Like, dude, this kind of losing form is atrocious. I don't know why he's not getting more shit than this. Solskjaer has never lost 4 games in a row and then drew one, which he deserved to lose, and then he's probably going to lose again to Leipzig. Like, dude, that is like absurd how a top flight manager apparently can do that and is not getting crushed. It
Yeah.
is shit, dude. He does not have that better team. But again, dude, I think against us,
Mm.
they're gonna turn it up a little bit. They're gonna bring the fire. But Jose will sit deep
Yeah.
against us. He will sit deep, and I think we will like edge this. I think it'll be 2-0 again, but I do think it'll be a closer 2-0 because they're gonna shut up shop. They're gonna be very good defensively, like we've seen
Yeah.
with Jose Mourinho teams, and we're gonna have to find a way to break that deadlock. So actually, I'm gonna say 1-0, but I don't know. I just think they're gonna sit 11 men behind the ball. So I think it's gonna be a tough one, but I
Yeah.
think we got this. And I just wanted to say on Chelsea's fixtures, their
Hmm.
last 2 games of the year, bro,
Yeah.
are Liverpool and Wolves.
Oh, okay. Oh, I wasn't aware
Our
of that.
last our last game of the year is Leicester
Leicester.
City.
Yeah. I think we can get past Leicester, honestly. I'm not even like joking. I think we can do it with what we are going through right now. I think we'll. I made this prediction, I think, about like 3 games, 3 podcasts ago, 3 episodes ago, saying that we will beat Leicester in the final game and we will clinch that fourth spot in that game. So yeah, I'm hoping that's still on the cards. I think, yeah, never know, dude. Like this is why I love the Premier League so much. It's not just 2 teams fighting only for the title. It's like 6 other teams fighting for top four, and then there's like mid derby rivalries between them and stuff. It's awesome. It's just amazing to see. Like it can be anyone's game at the end of the day. So
Yeah,
like
dude.
our current form and a little bit more on that as well. Like I think that Pogba might start that Tottenham game. I have a feeling
And
Pogba.
fuck up Mourinho.
He's
That would
been
be
like
amazing.
exactly because he's been putting in a lot more effort as well. I read news that he's been training at Carrington
Yeah.
a lot later than the other players. Like once they've left and stuff, he's been staying behind, putting in some extra effort. He wants his spot back, dude. I think that's like we're starting to see signs of him like coming back. I think he's just fed up with the whole social media as well. We might have misjudged him, but yeah, I think he's raring to come back. It'll. I was expecting to see him on the bench at least for this City game, but I guess he wasn't ready. Maybe even Lask. Never know, dude. But I think he's very close to a return. So if he does, I think that would be the game when like Bruno and Pogba start together,
Yeah.
and yeah, we can actually tell like all our predictions, all our like expectations will be made clear that game, and what a game to do it as well.
Dude.
Like,
Dude. If Pogba can fuck up Mourinho, dude, I would be so happy.
yeah,
That would be amazing if that was true. That would be a lot of fun to watch.
yeah.
Just to end, let's end on this note. What would be a better finish to the season for you? A top four finish or winning the Europa League? What would you prefer?
Just because of our fight, that you know we've been struggling at the I think at the start of the season as well when we dropped down to 10th and 12th and stuff, and from where we've picked up and we've come on this like recent run of success. We've been doing really well. We've been defensively amazing. We've been spectacular there. We've not conceded a lot of goals. We've been doing really well over the last 2 months. I think just for this and Europa is always great. We won it like 3 years ago, so I'd love to win the Europa as well, but I would prefer a top four finish considering the quality that we have, and the teams that we're up against and the climb that we have done. It would be I think instrumental for Ollie majorly that like he would clinch a top four finish. And I there's another thing as well. Like if you do claim the Europa, you do get Champions League access and stuff as well. But I don't feel like a lot of players would want to join us. But if we do finish in the top four, I feel like that would open up the doors for a lot more transfers, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. It shows like consistency. Like cup competitions aren't consistency. I agree, dude. I for some reason like the Europa League, even though it's so important, it feels like we're not putting that much energy into it. It felt very different under Jose's first season. But
Yeah,
here, the Premier League just seems like, what we're fighting like our fucking guts out for.
yeah.
So it would be awesome, to get both and the fucking FA Cup. And yeah, dude, that would be an insane finish to the year. But I think that is a good place to wrap this shit up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the East of Stretford podcast. Again, we beat City fucking 2-0, baby. What a day. What a time to be alive. Make sure to check us out on Instagram. Make sure to check us out on Facebook. Hit that notifications button. Tell us what you thought of the game. And yeah, baby, on to the next one.
Happy Holy, boys.
Happy Holy, guys. Peace.
Peace.